Hi everyone, Minato once said, "I believe the time will come when people will truly understand one another." But here's what I'm wondering, did any of you really understand how he destroyed 1,000 shinobi by himself? It's just that when it comes to Minato, many use this particular moment, not knowing what really happened on that horrible bloody day. It's when Minato made that mean old man conclude an agreement of peace, which he obviously didn't want to do. Just sit for a moment and think what he must have done to make someone like Unoki, one of the most stubborn Kage, agree to peace. Today, you will find out what really happened, and I promise you that it will be interesting. So, enjoy the video.
それもまた事実じゃぜ。
Let's start with the fact that Minato didn't really kill 1,000 shinobi of Stone Country, but everything is not so simple. Many didn't quite understand Unoki's words during that arch. The old man said, "With pride, we sent to the battlefield 1,000 of our shinobi, and I heart that the yellow lightning stopped our invasion."
岩隠れの命運をかけ、1004名の忍びを投入した侵攻作戦を頓挫させたのは黄色い閃光ただ一人だったと聞く。
Unoki was trying to say that Minato has stopped the Hidden Stone invasion, but he didn't say that he killed an entire platoon. In Kakashi Gaiden's manga, Minato tells his team about the invasion into the Hidden Stone country. He says that thousands of enemy shinobi have settled in this place, and we need support to attack them. Then he says that after they get to the border and destroy the vital bridge, they will enter the battle on the front line. But then, when Minato finds himself at the front line, the stone's shinobi have decreased to about 50, while Konoha only had 4 left. Here's the situation. A little over 50 shinobi from Hidden Stone against 4 from Hidden Leaf. It was up until the moment when Minato came and switched the victory over to the Konoha side. Unoki was planning to win when there were about 100 shinobi against 4. He thought about it up until Minato showed up and destroyed the rest of the enemies, putting an end to the invasion. Although there weren't 1,000 live shinobi, there were too many for one person to handle. Of course, I don't doubt that Minato could kill everyone there, but he would definitely destroy everyone there with incredible speed if he got there earlier. Imagine that you're sent to the forest, at the border of your village. In our case, it's the border of the Hidden Stone. Along with 1,000 trained shinobi, you are slowly moving to the Hidden Leaf territory. And suddenly, in the blink of an eye, 3 of your friends fall down and die. Then, you hear a whistle behind your back. Someone is calling to back off, and everyone starts panicking. There is chaos everywhere. Without a doubt, your captain leaves the remaining part of the squad and runs back to the safe place. You are running too, while hundreds of your friends are falling off the trees with slit throats. By chance, you are able to get away, but your mental state will never be the same. 1,200 soldiers were in this battle, and only 150 have returned. Minato has killed the remaining ones in minutes. Having run off, you are asking yourself aloud, pleading for the explanation of what had just happened. And the shaking guy next to you says, it was the yellow lightning.
目の前に広がるのは平穏な未来ではない。
覚悟はできています。
お前ならやってくれるじゃろ。
Not only was Minato's arsenal flawless, but he was also a genius, and his abilities finished the Third Great War of Shinobi. Minato was a gifted child since birth. He gained a perfect score on the Chunin exam and became the youngest Hokage in history, and he was only 22. When the Third Great War of Shinobi begun, the opposing nations were ordered to back off when Minato appeared on the battlefield. Hidden Stone demanded to cease the fire because they didn't know how to fight him. Minato was in the top 1% of all shinobi of his time in the entire series, so I don't have any doubts that he could handle a massive battalion by himself.
神奈京に勝利し、第3次任海大戦終結に導いた功績は大。わしは反対だ。
Reikash said that Minato was the only man, besides Naruto, who was dodging his attack at full speed. Even Sasuke couldn't track his speed. But again, there are some things that you may want to keep in mind. As you see in the picture, Minato barely dodged Aya's strike, and the Reikage's fist was only a few millimeters away from Minato's face. So Naruto could have done the same thing with Reikage, but at a much more comfortable distance. There is one more thing you should note. The Reikage that Minato evaded was slower than the one that Naruto evaded, People are surprised by Raikaj's statement. He dodged from my maximum speed. Even if you don't believe that A became quicker and stronger, we can see a real difference here. The Raikage that Naruto evaded was equal to the one with whom Sasuke has fought the cage's top. It is what Aya's hair was like when he entered his full mode, the Biju level state. Just look at his hair when he was fighting Minato. Moreover, people think that Minato could have easily killed Raikage if only B hadn't intervened, but it's also a lie. Aya's lightning-fast armor completely deflected the blade of Kusanagi Sasuke covered with Chidori, so I find it quite reasonable that Minato's kunai will barely scratch it. One more thing that people tend to forget. B was also able to react to Minato's attempt to hit him from behind.
先生ならプロフェッサーの後継者となり、この葉隠れの里を忍びの世界を変えてくれる。
We never saw Minato losing strength. He died before turning old, just as the third Hokage. All that we know of him as an adult must be considered in the prime of his youth since we never saw him growing in strength. However, Minato didn't have that rude, destructive strength that we see in other strong shinobi, including his son. There are others more powerful than he is, but it doesn't mean that he's weaker.
4代目火影を仰せつかった。
Minato had an absolute advantage that was making him a potent and dangerous opponent. It was because of his almost unsurpassed speed. Due to Hiroshin no Jutsu, he could kill a considerable number of enemy shinobi in a short time.
だいたい俺がふさわしい人材なのか、里の中でも反対の立場の者もいるしね。右腕となって働いてもらいたい。
The creation of Rasengan is one of the great examples of Minato's skill and brilliance. He never stopped working on his technique until he died, and I firmly believe that he would have finished it if he didn't die, but the God of Death had its own plans.
気分次第です僕は敵を選んで戦う少年叶えたい未来もなくて夢に描かれる待ってたそのくせ未来が怖くて明日を嫌って過去に願ってもうどうしようも